today we are talking about dependents, like Australia visas that will allow you to bring your dependents, and the one that you have to be very careful not to get your visa refused because of adding dependents. Okay, today we are going to explore this. Since the problem with bringing dependents with UK visas, Canada study visas, UK study visas, and carer visas and stuff, there'll be an influx of inquiry in my DM, in my emails, and so on. People wanting to know, can they bring their dependents while coming to Australia? How does it work? Are you supposed to add them when you are doing your initial application or later on? And different visas that will allow you to bring your dependents to Australia and how you are going to add them. If this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, where we keep it real. My name is Jane and I live in Australia. Welcome. Thank you, my returning subscribers. You guys rock. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel and become a member of this beautiful family where we keep it real. Okay, let's go. All right, the first visa I'm going to talk about today is study visa. Why do I want to talk about study visa? Okay, you guys know you cannot bring your dependents with study visa to UK, and Canada has these clauses and stuff. And now everyone wants to know, if I'm coming to Australia on student visa, can I bring my dependents? A lot of questions. Someone asked me this question this weekend again under my comment section on my Facebook, and I said yes and no. And the person said how? And I know I cannot just write 2 lines or 3 lines in a comment section to respond. I said I will make a video because I've had so many people asking the same question, and here I am today answering this question. Now, why student visa? Yes, Australia student visa allows you to bring your dependents to Australia. It's written in black and white, okay? If you go to Department of Home Affairs website, you will see it's written in black and white. Nothing changes that. However, can you bring them immediately? What is the impact of adding them immediately in your visa application? So many people in the past have told me that their agent told them not to add the dependent, and some agents will blatantly say no to you. They say they don't want to process it. They are dealing with you alone. When you get there, you sort yourself out. Now, this is why, okay? When you're applying for Australia student visa, it is always important to have a strong ties in your home country, in your country of residence. Let's assume you're coming from Ghana. You are married, you have kids, you have business, you have jobs. Do not resign your job. That's a tie. Let not your husband follow you immediately. That's another strong tie. If your children can stay back for the meantime, that's another strong tie. You see that? So that adds to your visa application. That has a positive effect in your visa application outcome, okay? However, some people will still do all these things and their visa will be refused. But most agents will tell you, please, we're not gonna deal with this. Let's do you first, okay? So it is called GTE, genuine temporary entrance, and genuine temporary test, or whatever they call it now, that they're going to start from April or thereabout. Is also strong on having a strong tie. That is also still number 1. Having a strong tie in your country of residence, okay? If you resign your job, you pack up your whole family, add them in your visa application, student visa application, what do you think will happen? You don't have any ties left in your home country. No matter if you have all these houses, all these investments, all these stocks and stuff, all the investments you have, as long as the whole family is packing up, the visa officer will know that you don't have any strong tie, okay? How do you navigate this? What do you do? Okay, so when you come to Australia, you can stay, study for 3 months, 6 months. You can decide for your husband to bring your children with him, or your wife bring your children with her, okay? It can be anything. Anything can come up at any time. You're already in Australia. However, if they are coming, you know that you must present their proof of fund, because you are not on a work visa. They're supposed to provide proof of funds so that they can sustain themselves, or you can sustain them while they are here in Australia, okay? However, I have seen that some people, because of the proof of fund, decide to finish their studies and go on postgraduate work visa before they bring their family. Because once you have graduated and you got a work visa, postgraduate work visa, ordinary work visa, you do not need to provide any proof of fund to bring your dependents in. So it lets for you, how much do you have in your pocket? How much does your family have in their pocket to be able to afford dependents coming subsequently on student visa? I hope this answers your question. Okay, now let's move to carer visa, caregiver visa. Australia caregiver visa is visa 482. Don't make any mistake. That visa is visa 482. It is an employer-sponsored visa, and it allows you to bring your dependents. I know that UK say no more dependents, but Australia visa is in black and white. It says 482 is a family visa. You can bring your dependent with this visa, okay? Depending on your employer, your sponsor, okay? Let's assume that your sponsor is company A, and company A said, we cannot sponsor your family. We can only foot your bill as per visa application and stuff. It lasts for you to bring your money and say, I am equal to the task, okay? I want to bring my family is coming with me. We can pay. Okay, so you add them in your visa application. That is it. So once you have a job, Australia job visa is a family visa. So even if your sponsor doesn't have money to cater for all of you, your family has money to make it work. So you add them. So Australia caregiver visa is a family visa. You can bring your dependent, spouse, and your children when you are coming. I hope that makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about other visas. We talk about visa 491. Visa 491 is a family visa as well. What do? Please, if you are coming to Australia and you are having planned to marry this beautiful lady, this gorgeous lady, or this gorgeous man, make it fast before you start applying for your visa. Just get married. It's not what is after marriage to be applying for this partner. Australia partner is a pain in the somewhere. Australia partner visa is a very huge pain somewhere in your body. I'm telling you, it takes a lot of time before it can come out. Okay, so if you have someone you want to marry them quick before you start your Australia visa application, so you can add them at the time of application. That is it. Okay, it makes things easy. So 491 is a temporary resident visa of 5 years, allow you to work and study in Australia. After 3 years of working, you apply for your permanent residence and you become a permanent resident of Australia after 3 years. Apply with your spouse. However, if you are not married and while you're in Australia on this visa, you got married, your partner will apply for partner visa and wait for it until it comes. Some people do use visitor visa to come and see their spouse and stuff, and they can do subsequent application while they are in Australia. Okay, that lasts for you. All right, for those brides that have been waiting to come to Australia, please tell your husband to apply for visitor visa for you, to come at least and see your man. Come and see your husband, come and see your wife. Visit. Okay, that reminds me, if you guys are boyfriend girlfriend, please don't waste your passport if you don't have enough evidence to show that you guys are partners. I've seen a lot of young people, because they have girlfriend or boyfriend in Australia, wasting their passport, denting their passport, and the agent will allow you to do that because they don't really care. The agent don't really care. They take the money. Whatever happens is none of their business. Be very careful. Now let's talk about visa 190. Okay, visa 190 is another family visa. That one is short bank. You know that visa is very dear to me. It is my family visa. We came here with permanent residents. I say it all the time. The whole family packed up and came. So it is a family visa. It's a permanent resident visa, both onshore and offshore. You can apply from anywhere, both while in Australia and outside of Australia. You come in as a permanent resident, the whole family. You know the Canada Express entry is the same thing. When I see people say Australia own is not straightforward, I say it's the same thing. You do your WES, that is qualification and experience assessment. In Australia, you do skill assessment. Then you do expression of interest. In Canada, you do the same thing until you are selected. So it's the same thing, like the same process, okay? That reminds me, if you are needing support to do your skill assessment for any visa, please contact our services. We will give you a very, very beautiful service that you will come back again begging for, okay? I see a lot of people struggle with skill assessment. If you need coaching, if you need full package, it depends on what you can afford, okay? All right, so that visa is a permanent resident visa, which allows you to add everyone in your family, husband, wife, children, adopted children, if you can prove it, in the visa, okay? Now, let's talk about 189. It's also a permanent resident visa. You can bring your family with you, okay? Everyone coming together. 186 is another permanent resident visa, transition from 482. That one, a lot of nurses are coming with it from UK. It is a family visa, employer sponsored, but mostly you pay for this visa, getting a job and you pay for it, okay? Now, I hope this is clear. And another one is visitor visa. Anybody can come with you when you are visiting Australia, both your family, your husband, your wife, anybody, your parents or whoever, depending on whoever is coming with you. This is a family visa. That reminds me, there's a lot of people making content telling you that once you come to Australia with a visitor visa, you do farm job. It is a lie. Please let them not deceive you. You will get stranded. Plan yourself. It's always worse to have a wrong impression. But when you know that it's going to be hard, you get prepared. But giving a false hope that once you come, you convert to farm work and stuff and got a visa, you have this high hope. It's always good to know that you are coming for a fight. Then you get prepared very well, okay? All right, so I think I've answered your question about bringing your spouse, okay, to Australia. Another thing I want to talk about is that many people in the UK are wondering, you know how you move to UK and your spouse is somewhere in Africa. They said if they're coming to Australia, are they allowed to bring their spouse? I say yes, because you're applying as a Nigerian. You have a Nigerian passport. You're adding your spouse to that application. It doesn't mean wherever that person is. It doesn't matter whether it's not in the UK with you. You are doing a fresh application to another country. Add them, whether Australia or New Zealand, okay? All right. I hope I've answered all your questions at this stage. However, if you still have questions to ask, please ask under this comment section. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Do like my video, share my video, and thank you. I will see you again. Bye.